Okay, next up, Taurus, May 14th to June 19th, Emerald, Alexandrite, Bull, Kidney, Thymus, Friday, Jasper, Copper, Venus. All right, what we got for Taurus? Great, famous, large, huge, great work of scholarship. Maybe you're entering into school or you're getting a scholarship. Congratulations. Research or artistic creation. Magnum opus. Maybe you're an artist or maybe you're creating something. Greatest happiness for the greatest number is the greatest good, in quotations. As an ethical theory, alter Alitarianism. Anyway, so maybe you're into something like that. You're going back to school. It's quite possible. Leeway. The drifting of a ship. Sometimes we're considered ourselves a vessel or a ship's coming in. A drift to the leeward, to make up leeway, to overtake or work in a rear. So maybe you're starting to catch up on some things that you've put off. Sometimes procrastination's good if we are taking the time to actually put ourselves first. Get some rest, relaxation, any of that. Let's see, what do we got for Taurus? What do we got for Taurus? What's up? Taurus. Earth. If you're experiencing a loss, I apologize. It's never fun to go through, but sometimes these tower moments happen. Make sure you're eating. 5 of Cups, crying over spilt milk or something that is lost. Not acknowledging or being grateful for what you have. Having a sword, even a sheath to hold the sword, which is cloaked in purple, which is the third eye. So you can see well in advance certain things, but you're choosing not to acknowledge them. You're wearing a cloak of green, so maybe you're allowing your emotions to kind of take over. And yet you have shield, you have armor, you have protection, maybe not just here in the 3D, but also spiritually, and you're choosing not to acknowledge that protection. So you're kind of just, see how he's got 1 cup, but all the other ones are spilled. Well, so what? What about that 1 cup? Are you going to cherish it? Are you going to take care of it? Is that the cup that you're being given right now to make use of? If you're going back to school, go back to school. If you feel like you're last that comes after all the others, latest, final, next, before the present, utmost, the last time, in conclusion, maybe you're ending cycles or you feel like you're in last place when really nobody's in last place, because where the fuck are we going to? To continue in time, to endure, not to decay or perish, to form on or by a last. A mold of foot on which boots are formed, a weight of 4,000 pounds, a mold. So something is created in something. The foot on which boots are formed. So maybe you're standing in your own. Maybe you're trying to follow in the footsteps of somebody who comes before you and you feel the pressure. But there's no use of being upset. You're somebody else, remember? Yeah, maybe even if you believe in reincarnation, still, you're your own spirit. So your experience here is going to be different than your predecessors or ones coming before you. I'm pretty sure that's the word, predecessor. Knight of Cups. So you got lots of energy, full of love, marching forward. Almost like the same guy. It's like, oh, okay, so he's crying. Now he's getting back up. He's getting back on the horse. And he's got the 1 little blue flower, so maybe he's starting to speak his truth. Maybe he's starting to be honest with himself. And he's grounded by red on the horse that's cloaked in red, but the horse itself is gray, which is kind of like that mediator between yin and yang. It's kind of like the gray area. You found your happy little gray area. Knowledge, wisdom. It's awesome. Harvesting, gather leftover grain or other crops, or harvesting, glean, Glean. Let's see what else we got here. Delay or postpone. Well, we don't want to do that. We definitely don't want to delay or postpone. Procrastination. If that's something you do, make use of it. Kind of like if you're supposed to be doing a project right now, maybe set up certain things for that project as your procrastination. So instead of doing the thing itself, at least you're setting up getting ready for it. and then start picturing what it is that you're doing, or start picturing yourself sitting there completing the task, whatever it is that you're putting off. So to try to integrate it into your procrastination somehow, if you can do that. Deliberate strategy, legislative debate, stonewall. If somebody's like blocking you off, find ways around it or do your own thing. Don't be codependent. Delay, lag, or be late, slowing and doing something. Tarry or loiter. Maybe you're just hanging around waiting for results of something. Do not expect certain things. Just assume they're going to work out in your favor. If not, then plan for something else or just keep busy. Holding back or preventing departures of detain. Hopefully you're not doing anything illegal. Delay decisions or draw out discussions. Maybe you're on a debate team or something you do has to do with your throat chakra. Again, with that little blue flower, quite possibly serenity. Okay. Deduce, infer, work out, or prove by reasoning, derive. So maybe you are good at debating, or maybe you're very high intellect, so whatever you say, you're good at deducing or guess at from known information. Extrapolate. Giant. You're your own giant. Friendly green giant. Don't be discouraged. Maybe you feel like you're not surmounting the odds. This is going to flip like this very soon. There's movement. Don't worry about it. Things are going to play out the way you want them to, or at least similar to. A rough idea of it. If you feel like you're in this right now, then this is your test. This is your lesson. What are you supposed to be learning right now? If you're not learning it, honor yourself. Grief, sorrow, dollar, enduring pain and grief with emotional resignation, stoical. Free one's mind of worry, grief, anxiety, guilt, or other burdens. Disburden, public show of grief or repentance. A sackcloth and ashes. Reduce the severity of pain, grief, or the like ally. Alleviate, assuage. Waste away as with grief and pine. Pine needles and tea is really good. And it's also helping ward off certain evil energies or negative whatever's in there. Same with dandelion is good. That little yellow flower, you can dry that and put that in a tea. Do your research, okay? Whoa, that goes right over here. G, Greek, groove. Hermit, go within. Anything that's bothering you right now, anything that's really troubling you, I suggest you do your work. Go within. Maybe go fishing if you enjoy that sort of thing. Take time to do something that's on your own, in quiet and peace, out in nature. Meditate. I'm one to talk for meditation. I'm trying to learn the art of breathing and absorbing information through breath, if that makes sense to you. If not, this doesn't pertain to you. But you can do your research. Breathing exercises, in and out, keeping a specific pace to kind of put yourself in like a trance mode to get whatever information that's supposed to come to you. You got to be at a level of calmness. You have to be at a vibrational frequency to allow certain information to come into your mind's eye, your brain. If you are in chaotic energy or really depressed or really low, fear, anxiety, anger, any of that, it's going to make it very hard. Find something that brings you comfort that's not destructive to you. Okay? That makes sense. Grow, increase, grow, sprout as seeds. Oh, that's a lot all at once. Family could be causing some of the stress, or maybe you can turn to family. What are we gonna do? If this guy doesn't get away from my bumper, I might step out of my car. Yeah, that's none of your concern. Ooh, death. This could be a death of an old way of thinking. I apologize if you have had any sort of loss, or if a loss is to occur. Just remember, there's more to it, in my opinion. If somebody passes away, their body may go, but their vibrational frequency, their energy, which is real, energy is real, has to go somewhere. It doesn't dissipate. So it's still accessible on a different wavelength. and that's okay too. But if this is a death of a way of thinking, maybe negative thought patterns, cycles that you want ended, just get rid of it. See how he's got it through his jaw there? That's really interesting, specifically how it's through his jaw. Maybe your certain words that you use that cut like a sword is coming back at you now. And you've learned by going in, that's not, again, with the blue flowers, that's not the best way of going about it. A lot of speaking, throat chakra, group of people living together and sharing their property, a commune, group of people, same age. Maybe you're dealing with multiple people. And that can be stressful as well. Yeah. Pluto. Diameter about 15,000 miles. 1,500 miles. 3.7 billion miles from the sun. Oh my god. Did they get rid of Pluto? Anyways. Transvestism. Quite possibly you're in transition. A female behavior of a man behavior of a woman. I don't know specifically if you're going through that. To each their own. I'm not even going to judge that because energy is energy. Sometimes men are really good at embodying the female energy, and sometimes women are good at embodying the male energy. I personally used to carry masculinity a lot. And why? Because I felt the need to provide for myself and protect myself. And because of that, I needed to take on the role of a man. I need to embody the energies that were around me, like fatherly type or warrior type energy or emperor type energy to do what I needed to do for me to protect myself, provide for myself, because at a certain point I didn't have that. And now that I have a partner, I'm actually learning, I'm relearning how to embody the feminine energy more so I can balance myself out with my partner, because if not, there's going to be a little bit of a butting of the heads, because my masculinity is going to be trying to compete with his, which in itself is a pain in the butt. But once you figure that out, you can get your Ace of Cups, no problem, if that's what you're going to experience. Because you don't want, again, with the man on the horse with a cup of love. My foot's going numb. I'm going to try to move. Give me a second. Okay, that's a little bit better. If you don't have any support, if people are not supporting you in the choices that you're making, that is okay. You need to be self-sufficient, independent, and doing things on your own instead of expecting other people to do it for you. Lecture, like I'm lecturing you right now, or maybe you're a professor. Maybe you lecture a lot of people. Maybe you're like at a university or a college or something. Just remember, there's people that take your every word into consideration. So make sure you're doing it from a loving, kind, understanding perspective. Not so much biased or judgmental or hateful. Make sure that when you're divulging certain information, it's to the best of your knowledge and your ability. Make sure you allow room for other people's free will, and you're not trying to control them with spell work or certain words that you're projecting out your mouth hole. All right? It's very important, because that will come back to bite you in the ass. Rights of law, assignment, transfer. Remember, it's not just here in the physical, it's also the it's also the spiritual aspect as well, spiritual realm. There's certain laws that apply. May not feel like it, but yeah. Anyways, let's get past life card for Taurus. Oh, that one would come right out. Lessons and blessings again. Clearly, anything that passes down to you in DNA, any of the things that transpired with your ancestors that were not resolved, when you start to resolve them and heal the bloodline, it's almost like a wunjo. It's almost like a joy and ecstasy. Creates a lot of healing, not just for you, but the entire bloodline. It's a very important thing on our journey. We don't have to take it on, but we're the only ones technically here in the physical 3D. There's a reason we're here. Okay? And you do get to find your own little niche and whatever your, what would you call that? Your purpose is. Orphan. If you feel abandoned, like I said, if you're not getting the family, relationship, support, or anything that you need around you to help lift you up, you need to be able to do that for yourself, because your own inner child's in there. He or she needs your help. Regardless of the decisions that you make for yourself, you need to acknowledge the fact that they're in there. So become the parent or mentor or whatever you need to do to help that inner child move forward, because they're the ones that help you manifest. They're closest to the solar plexus, your creativity, and all that sort of thing. All right? It's true what they say. You're not alone. You're allowed to ask. Whether you believe in angels or your guardian angels or your archangels or just your past loved ones, your ancestors, acknowledge them. Let them know you need help. Just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. Even if you're a skeptic, you're like, ugh, whatever. Okay, give me a sign that I'm on the right path. I would like to see a cardinal. Or make something fall from the sky in front of me so that I see it, or put something in my pathway so that I can acknowledge and say thank you for giving me guidance or something like that, or show me a sign. That's very vague when you ask, especially even just asking another person. Show me a sign that I'm headed in the right direction. Do what you can to help me out here, because I need a little bit of guidance. I feel alone, I feel orphaned, and I need some help. You're allowed to ask if you're going through hardships, especially when it comes to finding out yourself and who you are, or embodying whatever energy you're embodying at this point in time, okay? Father, there's going to be times where you may or may not have a father figure in your life. If you currently don't at this time, and you're a masculine or a feminine embodying masculine, try your best to be the father that you didn't have. If you have a father figure that's guiding you from the other side, that's very important to acknowledge and say thank you to the help. And the more you acknowledge them, the more you acknowledge they're helping you, the greater the chances are that they can do more for you on the other side, from what I'm learning. If anything's unfulfilled, just remember that self-love is very important too. You've got to be able to put yourself first. I see traitor, person who betrays a partner, double crosser. So if somebody's upset with you right now, that could be them projecting onto you. Just remember, you don't have to carry that energy. If you really did betray them, that's going to be on you. And you can either take the time to acknowledge and resolve the issue or problem, or you can just walk away. But it doesn't matter if you're a runner. Your shadow will always follow you. Excuse me. We got the moon cycles. Make sure you're keeping up with your spiritual hygiene. Take care of yourself. More teas. Projecting end of a piece of wood fitting into a corresponding more ties. More ties. M-O-R-T-I-S-E, and another piece to form a joint tenon. So two pieces of wood that slide into each other, almost like a puzzle piece, I'm guessing. So maybe you work with wood, maybe you are a woodworker, maybe you're fitting into a niche or a gift you're just learning from your past over loved ones that they've passed down to you, or something that you've had since childhood, and you're just reintegrating yourself back into that. We all have natural gifts and abilities, fitting into a corresponding mortise and another piece to form a joint tenon. 10 is usually new beginnings. On. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the Island Time Wellness. Some new moon. Feeling the energy of exhaustion. Get the rest. Like I said, procrastinating is not always, maybe you're pregnant. Congratulations. Procrastination is not always laziness, okay? Some of us, it's like entwined into our brains that when we take a minute to breathe, we should feel guilty for it. That's not necessarily the case. You need to be able to relax. Stay calm. Get your rest. 1 before 10. That's 9. That's completion. Okay, love oracle card, the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out things, coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So possibly some new information's coming to your attention that may be either upsetting or creating a tower. Be lighthearted about it if you can. Do your best to not let the emotions take the wheel and steer. If you're finding out something to do with like a relationship or something like that, do not react emotionally. Think before you speak. Go into hermit mode if you can. Can I get more? I want to get more information on that. Coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Okay, well, clearly it's really important to do those things. Anyways, I'm going to have to get going soon. Yeah, there's a bunch more people coming. Anyways, okay. What was I going to do? Disruption, yeah. Certain tests. You got to be able to keep going even though other people are around you, maybe distracting you. Yeah, what I want to know about the change here. What's this? Things coming to light. That was quick. Three of clubs. Ships coming in. You've been waiting very patiently. You're just kind of standing there with the club. So you're able to defend yourself, but you're just kind of standing peacefully there. Good choice. If you don't have to use violence or fighting or negative words, then don't. Clearly, your words are very powerful. Use the teamwork that you can with the people that you trust around you. That's very important. Retort or quick retaliatory action, or it's like a response, like when you have a retort. Return an accused person to prison, another court. Maybe you're going through a trial or tribulation, or like the remand. Return feelings, invitations, or like reciprocate. Requite, return of, like, for like, equal, exchange, quid pro quo. Return like for like, especially evil for evil. So it's like a return to sender. Any negative energy, return to sender immediately to be transmuted into positivity for their own healing journeys through understanding. Because it's not for me. I don't know, whatever you want to say. Repay, enkindle, to retaliate. Do your best not to do anything out of spite. Return of disease, rebellion, like after period, improvement, recrudescent, return of a part of a payment, made rebate. Maybe you have to pay some things back, or people owe you money. You should be getting it back if your ships are coming in. Return to something or someone, to the country of origin. If you took something and you've had nothing but bad luck, like a rock from an area, put it back. Repatriate, return someone to his or her former power, favor, or fitness, or society. Rehabilitate, reinstate. Maybe you're going through you're cleaning yourself up, maybe. Reinstate, maybe something's being given back to you. Return something to a correct, proper, or balanced state. Again, with the balance. That could be your own energies as well, masculine and feminine. Rectify, redress, return to an earlier, more primitive state or pattern of behavior. Be careful not to go backwards. Throwback and atavism, return to an earlier and less favorable condition. Yeah, you don't want to relapse. You don't want to go backwards. Remember, the words that you choose are powerful, and they're your responsibility too. Let's see what else we got. I need 4 runes. 1, 2, 3, 4 runes for Taurus. What we got? I'm loving the sun, guys. I really am. 4 runes, not 3. 4 runes for Taurus. Nice. We got unknown, but the algaes. Protection from enemies. Defense of that which one loves. Boundaries. Elk. Alhaz. Shield. Guardian. Again, if you have to sage or use any protection for yourself instead of fighting. You do have ancestors that are watching over you, though. Ward off evil. Self-defense. Sedge. Support. So that's C, X, Y, R, and then that's pink, red, and green for crown, root, and heart. What else we got? I'm getting a lot of that. Again, the unknown. I must have put more than one in there. And then you got Gibo, which is gift for the third rune. Generosity, trust, partnership, love, marriage, relationship, exchange, and test. Very well could be one of your tests or exams you're going through. Believe it or not, in the spiritual realm, there's even bars. G, green, red, and orange. So you got love, root, and sacral. Those are maybe things that you're in your element or things you got to work on. And then last but not least, you got nowadays, need, unfulfilled, if no self-love. Responsibility, hardship, delay, necessity, endurance, survival, determination, patience, constraint, shame, and again with test. Also, N, green, red, and orange as well for love, root, and sacral. So those are the runes. Either you're in that element or you maybe want to work on those parts of your chakra to get back aligned. Let's see what else we got here. Unstuck. Justice should come in. It's been a long day. Oh, you know why? Because you can manifest it. You can create it. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're just doing a little bit of work on the side, because nowadays everybody needs like a crazy amount of jobs just to keep going, which is really, really silly. I have no idea where this is going or where. No cutting corners. Gemini. No cutting corners, but you can hope for the best. We got philosophies. Existentialism, doctrine that human beings have complete free will but no given essence and have to define themselves with absolute responsibility by their choices in a world that is without independent moral values. It's up to you. Photographs, maybe you're looking at old photographs in your hermit mode. Be careful with that. Don't let the emotions take the wheel and stare again. Detrope, French terms, detrope, unwanted, getting in the way. Whatever does not serve you, get rid of. Anything that is not serving your highest purpose or just getting in the way or causing problems if you're not learning anything from it. Because remember, sometimes conflict is a good way of learning lessons. So if somebody is just being a little whatever and it's testing you, that could be your lesson too. Doesn't mean you get rid of them, especially if they're your child, right? They're your lessons. They're whatever you haven't figured out yet. Put right in front of you to learn the lessons that you need to learn. If you're not learning, it makes it very hard for growth to happen and for you to move forward and mature emotionally. It's very important that you take the time to acknowledge, put the ego aside, break the ego down, and take that self-accountability for your actions, not other people's, yours. What do you do? Period. Persuasive. Period. During which a human or animal fetus is carried in the womb, gestation period, period of greatest strength or success, heyday, prime, period of history, era, epoch, period of time for which something continues or lasts, duration, woman's period, monthly, charge of blood from the uterus, menstruation, and menses. Stop worrying. Carpet beetle. Feathers, fur, hair, silk, upholstery, and wool. Pest. What about carpet? Pest. Strength. Meditate. Sitting on a carpet. Appropriate. Well chosen. Compliment. Might be seemingly opportune. Felicious. What else we got? Mulligatawny. Curried meat soup. Maybe you need to eat soup. Revolt, rebellion or rebelling. Maybe you're just being rebellious. Either way, you got the revelation you need and the information that you need in front of you. Everything's provided. If you need to look anything up or learn something yourself, you've got more than enough ambition and strength to do so, and you're very intelligent. You will get through this. There's nothing to worry about and nothing to be afraid of except maybe your own brain, and you are doing good. If nobody else is there to tell you, if you feel orphaned and alone, I'm telling you, you're doing good. It seems that you're doing good. Don't rely on a spouse. If you do not have a spouse, especially, don't think that you need one. Rhinoceros, because you're a fucking unicorn. Last but not least, a star. You got this, okay? Do I want to go all the way to 37:24? Because that's how many minutes I got. I could do that. I could do that. That makes it fair. I pulled the runes already. What didn't I do? What didn't I do? Let's get more on... Oh, let's do more of the love life over here. Because I'm going to be nosy. Don't have to worry about hardship. You already know the answers, what you need to do next. Coffee cup. Maybe you're meeting new people for the first time, or you're reacquainting yourself. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. Go for coffee. Get out. Be lighthearted. Maybe that's how you find out information. And you can already learn to adapt. I'm getting body image again with this whole feeling like you're not good enough, or you're... Have patience with yourself if you're trying to lose weight or anything like that, or you're trying to modify your body. Picture it. You know, it sounds messed up. You know, the whole term, think skinny or think muscular or anything like that. Thoughts become things. So you got to picture it and start telling yourself, yeah, I look good. Yeah, my skin is actually clearing up. I'm doing really good. Like, really, like a placebo effect. Start picturing it. Manifest that shit. The chaser. If you are chasing other people, especially if you're not in a relationship and you're going after the opposite sex. Chaser, codependent, relationship, fear of abandonment. Solve that issue first. If we have the orphan card over here already. Yeah, we did. Fear of abandonment. Okay, so if you're taking that with you into a relationship, or maybe you're taking any father issues or anything like that, or even any unlearned lessons with your past history and stuff like that, you're responsible for you. If you are not doing the reflecting and the resting and going through the tests and stuff to learn certain things, you're going to be carrying those fears or issues into your next relationship. Chasing somebody to fulfill a hole or a void inside is abandoning yourself. It's saying you're not good enough. Things usually work out naturally when they're meant to be and they're appropriate for the most part. Don't force anything, because that could be danger of the unknown. Sometimes rejection is a form of protection. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. If there are people around you that are monitoring you in some way or watching you, stalking, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a big no. I don't care if they're friends or family. If they're gaslighting you and pushing you and pushing you and pushing you till you snap or something like that, that's not the person you want to be around with. They're not going to help you in this lifetime get any further unless they're doing... That just causes chaos and anger and disruption. Ribbon worn on the chest as an honor sign of rank. They could very well see you as intimidating because you're given responsibility or a gift, or maybe your energy carries a certain light that they don't have, or vibrational frequency, and they're going to taunt you or test you. It's up to you how you respond. Rhythmic, swinging, movement. Maybe you need to dance. Maybe you need to be more in the flow. Soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Quite possible if you split ways with somebody, or you had an agreement with somebody or a partnership, they're pulling on you, potentially. You get more about that. I just seen the devil in reverse, so that's good. Maybe you're passing the test you need to.